What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, the Magnificent, and we back with another video. This video is gonna be another story time. This one's gonna be about my first baby mama. First girl I ever fucked with, that was baby mama. Shit was real crazy. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it to people. I need you guys to get this motherfucker out here because this one's gonna be crazy. Man, I need some damn lotion. But anywho, let's get to the story. So around my senior year in high school, I really just got out of a relationship. It was about the ending of the year, so we was about to graduate. So prom was just around the corner. So everybody's happy, you know, it really ain't shit to do. I ended up getting to school late that day and walk in the office to check in, and my phone rings. And it was a number I hadn't saved, and it said, "Hey daddy." I'm just like, who is this? Like, bro, I don't know who this is. If you were special, I had your contact in my phone. So didn't know who it was. I was like, I ain't even gonna apply to that. So first block, I had history class. So I ended up going to history class, walking in there, and sat down in my regular spot. We had an assignment to do, and we don't do nothing in that class. So I was just sitting in there, finishing my work, and I heard somebody say, "Daddy, daddy." I was like, fuck is that? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So after that, I ended up looking back and see who it was, and it was the girl that liked me, whatever. At this point, she already had a kid with some dude that used to go to the school, whatever. And me and her was real cool. Like, she was real cool. We just never talked like that for real. So after that, I just started talking to her more and shit like that. You know, every time I see in the hallway, she would say, "Daddy, daddy." I was like, what? Like, why the fuck are you calling me that? So we start texting more, we start talking a little bit more, and I start fucking with her. She was real cool, always had a cool vibe on her, never was on that childish shit. So she was real cool to kick it with. So like I said, prom was just coming around the corner. So I needed somebody to go with, and I was just thinking, like, shit, just me and her kicking it like this and talking like this, I might as well ask her to go to prom. Asked her to go to prom, she said yes. So we was finding our fits and stuff like that and all that. And I think one night we were just talking on the phone and shit, FaceTime and shit, and then she told me she liked me. She fucked with me. And I was like, okay. You know, at that point, I was fucking with her too. Said I fuck with you, but at the time, she had a girlfriend. So I wasn't gonna be that nigga to, you know, snatch her up and shit like that. 'Cause I don't do that. That's just not me. I wait for my opportunity. When y'all done, you know, then I come talk to you and shit like that. But it was already clear that she was done with Shorty. So she just never broke it down to her and shit like that. So they were still going at it. So I told her, I'm not gonna talk to you for real like that until you know, through her. So it's getting closer to prom. We still kicking it and shit like that, all that other stuff. And we end up going to prom, had a good time. Our junior prom, for some reason, just wasn't like, I don't know, like senior prom wasn't good, but junior prom was good. It was good. Like, none of our proms really that fun at all. The music was better at our senior prom than our junior prom. But anywho, we went to prom, had a good time. I ended up losing my keys, so we had to ride back with someone else. So we hop in a car, and mind you, it's like 6 people in this car. It's like an SUV. So Shorty had to sit in my lap on our way back to where we was going. So I grabbed her, she sat on my lap or whatever. The whole time around, we listen to music, just vibing and shit. She's doing a whole lot of movement on my, you know, my shit. So I'm just like, damn, you need to stop. Like, bro, fuck. My dick gonna get fucked. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, my shit gonna get mad brick. So it got brick or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, get me out of this car. Like, she's still fucking with this girl. I ain't gotta do this shit. I ain't about to do this. So we finally get to the crib. I changed my clothes and stuff like that, and the rest of that night was pretty slow because we were supposed to go to a party, but we decided not to go because it was somewhere. I think it was probably in Troy or some shit, and nobody wanted to drive that far. So we decided to not change that. We just chilled there, did what we was doing, chilling and shit like that, talking and shit, having a good time. And I remember that night vividly when I hopped out of the car and grabbed my bag out of my car. my best friend, my nigga, was right next to me. We was talking and shit, and she was like, "You need to come beat this pussy up." I said, "Ha!" And me, I look at my best friend, and I'm looking at him, and he's like, "Bro, you need to go ahead and do it." And I remember I told him, I'm just like, "Dad, like, nah, I can't do it." She still fucking with it. What's it called? I ain't doing it. He was like, "Man, you tripping, bro." So we just still, I was let it pass, and we just ended up going throughout our night. I still had to take her home that night around like 12 or 1. So mom wanted her back at that time, so I ended up taking her back home. We get there, I gave her a hug, I met her mom, talked to her for a little bit, and then we ended up bouncing. So after prom, we had our spring break, and our spring break was pretty solid though. I ain't gonna lie to you, we didn't really go out nowhere, but she wanted us to chill more, so I decided that I was gonna go over there with her. And at the time, my best friend was fucking with another girl, so I asked him if he wanted to ride with me over there too, because she was over there too. So I ended up swinging by, waking up one morning, swinging by, picking him up, and then we ended up going to Ozark. So we went to Ozark, stayed there with her for about damn near the whole day, and we was just vibing, having a good time and shit like that. That day, I think she finally broke up with her girl. So her girl ended up leaving, picking up the rest of her stuff that day, and me and she were playing with her son and stuff, and we just having a good time shooting shit, basketball and shit. So when she had left, this is when shit got crazy, y'all. So I remember we got done playing with her son, and I went into the back to see what was wrong with her. She was straight. She was chilling with one of her other friends, her friend that my boy was fucking with. And then we split apart. Now, once we had split apart, my homeboy had her in one room, and I had her in her mom's room. So we were just chilling, chatting, whatever. And I remember we laid on bed, we just chilling, fucking around, play fighting and shit. And one thing led to another, and we just started kissing and shit. So now, once we started kissing, I did stop it. My thing got hard. So at that point, I'm just thinking like, yeah, this probably gonna happen right now. So I ended up giving some more kisses and shit like that. And my thing got hard. She pushed me on the bed and started giving me some, you feel me? So after that, her son ends up walking through the door. And I'm just like, yo, like, the son right there. And she just like, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just so mind blown at this point. I'm just like, yo, like, right here? And I'm just like, fuck it. She kept still going to town. And she was making a lot of noise. So my dumbass homeboy gonna come through the door, and all I see, I'm probably like this, the door is this way, and the bed also facing this way. So I'm just, and I look up, and I said, what are you doing, bro? That nigga said, I'm sorry. She gets up, and I'm looking at this nigga like, what the fuck are you doing? He said, I just kept hearing something. I keep hearing something, and I just wanted to close the door. I said, nigga, I was so bad. So they ended up closing the door. We stopped what we was doing, and we just ended up there and like nothing happened. We got like nothing happened. And I remember on that ride back home when I had to take him home, I'm just like, what the fuck was you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? He's like, bro, that is so crazy, bro. Like, you wildin'. So I ain't seen nothing else about it. I just mad at his ass. I ended up going home, taking his ass home, and I think like maybe 2 days later, maybe 3 days later, I went up going back over to her crib. So I ended up going back over to the crib by myself. I ended up going back to her crib. And actually with her the whole day, it was a vibe I really did enjoy all the time. She cooked something, them eating. I was playing with her son, we having a good time, shit like that. And it got around like 9 or 10 o'clock, and my parents haven't heard nothing from me all day, so they wonder where I'm at. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, damn, I gotta go home. And she's like, you're not going home until I get what I want. So What? So I was like, all right, cool. But I still gotta make it home by this time. And she said, whatever. She picked me up again, grabbed my hand, took me to the back, dropped my drawers, and went to town again. I swear to God. I'm sitting here. And at this point, this is probably the only shorty that really has given me. My first shorty did, but this was when we just started, doing that shit. But this one was experience. So I'm over here just, God, she going stupid on my shit. Stupid. So after that, I ended up going to town one position. Now, mind you, the lights is off. It's all black as fuck in her room. Now, mind you, I'm going crazy. Her son is literally in the dark, couldn't see shit. He walked through the door because he was asleep before we had started. He woke up, and I'm just like, hey, yo, like, she said, don't even worry about it. I'm still going crazy. Going in. So after that, I know I was on the bed. I was hitting it from the back on the bed with my legs, and I started to catch a cramp. So I ended up catching the cramp. I said, oh, I had to roll off. I had rolled off the bed, got back up, to make sure I was straight, went back in it, and probably about another 5-10 minutes, I was done. I ended up finishing. And I remember I ended up standing up to try to put on my clothes, and I collapsed. My legs was fucking tired. I just caught a cramp. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm done now. So after the whole altercation, the physical altercation, I end up putting on my clothes and stuff, getting to my car and shit, and she stopped me before I left the door, grabbed my Johnson, and she said, can't nobody else have this but me. This is mine. I said, wow. I said, I understand. I completely understand, man. So after that, I'll walk out, get my car, and start banging that Uzi, nigga. Boom, 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 boom. Ride off. Back to the crib. So I get back to the crib or whatever. Everything happened, so we was still cool. And at this point, I'm really fucking with her. At this point. So we get back to school. We chatting every day, we be walking through the hall and shit. People ask what's going on, shit like that. I tell them I'm fucking with her, she cool. And it was around the morning time. We had school. I remember I woke up, drove all the way to pick her up from where she was at in the morning. We had school. Picked her up from school. Went by school because she was talking crazy in the car. Went back to my house. Parents was gone. My mom was at work. My dad was at work. Took her back to the crib. Went to Pound Town again. After that, came back to where I was at. I live in Enterprise. Drove all the way back to school and got back in like around, I think we might have gotten back either second period or third period, or our E-block class. And everybody was wondering where I was at. My homeboy got out the class, and he said, where the fuck you been at, bro? And I was just like, bro, I'll tell you about it after lunch. I told him about it. He was mind blown. He's like, you drove all the way to Ozark, passed the school, went back to Enterprise, and then went Enterprise back to school. That shit was crazy. That's the longest I ever went for some cooch. So everything was good at this time. At this point, everything was cool and everything, but things just started to get a little crazy. So I don't know if y'all know, but like, we was having sex too much. At that point, I didn't even have a conversation. I could never have a conversation with her. Like, what she wanted to do, what you got planned for when we get out of school. What do you want to do, all this and that. And we never talked about that shit. Now every time I would try to talk to her about it, she didn't care. Like, she had nothing. I just want to chill. I just want to relax. I got a son. And I'm just thinking like, damn, that's kind of crazy. And then my whole thing was, people at the school used to make fun of motherfuckers that played the stepdaddy role. We didn't, not make fun of, but just like, nigga, we so young. Why is you worried about, a child right now? And that's the thing that was mainly getting me. I wasn't really worried about it. It was just much more off of, she didn't have anything planned for herself either. So I'm just thinking about it like, damn, you know, I ain't gonna worry about it. Maybe she'll figure out what she wanna do. So every single day, she asked me to fuck. She wanna fuck. She wanna do this. She wanna do this. She wanna fuck. She wanna fuck. And I'm just like, no. Like, I'm tired right now. I don't even want to do that. I just want to talk to you. Like, I feel like I was being used. And I just wanted to be able to have a conversation with the girl I'm fucking with. Like, I just want to be able to talk to you something else without it had to be about sex. So it still kept continuing. And I remember one night, I just like said, look, it's not all about sex with me. I don't need all that. So can we kind of like chill out with that, you know, just chill out for a little bit, and then yeah, that's not the reason why I'm fucking with you. That's what I basically told her. She's like, I understand. She did. So then I think the next day, I was sitting in the class with my homeboy. I was on my phone texting her or whatever, and she said, I wanna suck your shit at the cafeteria table. I'm just like, no, what? Wait, what? That's not even possible. That's not even possible. No. So later on, when I got out of my lunch break, I had my other office aid class, and was with Miss this one mean ass lady. Boy, I have a story about that lady too. She ended up walking in the door, said she had to talk to me about something, and she was talking about me in the hallway, like in the bathroom where the ISS room was. And I was just like, no. It was very tempting though. But I said no. School, no. So after that, I just started slowly just moving away from it. Moving away from it because it just wasn't working out. It was always about something. I was about to. So I'm just tired of it. So I remember one day I just said, you know what? I think it's better off we be cool. You know, I think we just gotta text her, talk to her. Like, I feel like we just better off being friends right now. Everything I gotta worry about, that shit I gotta worry about, and all this other stuff. And she didn't take it well. She was pretty pissed, and I guess she felt like I was using her and I wasn't, and we just stopped communicating with each other. So at the time I felt somewhat because I was kind of fucking with her. So I ended up going to school that next. I think that it was during the weekend when I told her this. So we came back to school back on a Monday, and we was at break, and I remember we was all laughing, talking about basketball and stuff like that, doing all that other crazy shit. And she came and handed me my hoodie. I was like, damn, it's crazy. Walked back off, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I ain't gonna worry about it. Ended up rolling around, we getting close to graduating. We had a senior field trip. This is the crazy shit. And I think that same week, I got a notification on my phone. I was laying in my bed, and I was about winding down going to sleep, and I got a message for somebody. And she asked me if I was still fucking with Shorty. And I was like, nah, you know, we still text a little bit like that and shit like that, but it's not on that same level as what we was talking about. I said, so what's up? And she sent me a video. When I tell y'all, it was a video of another dude had a flash on, put an emoji over her face. In the background, she was just, I guess, sitting in his lap or something like that. She was just looking in the camera. I'm just like, this is crazy. That's who it is. I know who that is. I know, I've been in that house, so I know what the scenery looks like. I know that's her. So I'm just like, wow, this is beyond me. Like, I was mind blown. So I ended up saving that video and keeping it. Didn't say anything about it, just kept on pushing. So it's around our senior field trip. The senior field trip was very lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a whole bunch of other students. It was at Six Flags, and we ended up going at nighttime, and we was there for the whole night, and we was riding rides. I only rode one ride, and it fucked me up. I swear to God, I felt like I was about to die. So, and I had a jacket on, jeans. It was too hot for that shit. So at that point, we was winding down. They was playing Booed Up by LMA. And I think I caught her ass twerking on another nigga. I was just like, this bitch is just wildin'. This girl is wildin' right now. So, yeah, we're not together, so I understand. She was twerking on some nigga, and I'm just, boot up. It just won't stop, it goes bottom, boot up. You know, like that shit was banging. So, after that song had played, they said everything was closing down, so we ended up going to our bus. I remember I was telling my homeboys about it because I never told anybody about it. I finally told my homeboys, and I think she ended up hearing it or something, and she said, "Oh fuck no." So she ended up she was all the way in the back, and I was in the front. She walked all the way up front, looked at me, and said, "What's the fucking problem?" I said, "All right, sit down." So I ended up talking to her and stuff like that, and I pull out my phone, kid you not, pop on that video, pointed to her, said, "Is this you?" When I tell y'all, that girl looked me in my eyes. Looked me in my eyes and told me, "I don't know who that is. That isn't me." Y'all, I was so fucking pissed. Because first of all, girl, I went to your house multiple times. I know what the background, I know exactly what your living room looks like. How you gonna sit here in my face and lie to me like that? And I remember I just looked up and I just smiled just like this. And I said, "You know what? Okay. This isn't you. This isn't you at all." And she said, I never forget this. She stood up, looked me in my eyes, said, "I always love you, Keenan," and walked to the back. And I just sat there and I was like, "Motherfucker, you just sat here and lied to me dead in my face." Like, this shit was so crazy. I was so fucking pissed. And I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. Fuck it. I'm through. I ain't gonna worry about it no more. So after that, we never talked ever again. Still to this day, I have not talked to that girl to this day. But if I could, I would, just to see how she doing. Because at the end of the day, she was real cool. We just had that one little problem end up popping up and shit like that. And that's what ended up fucking it up. But other than that, it was a pretty cool vibe though. But that was about my first, actual fucking with my first baby mama in high school. So it was actually, it was cool. I can't lie, it was pretty straight. But that about wraps this up. Like I said, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'm about to probably drop another video tomorrow. It's either gonna be Saturday or Sunday. I drop another video, so y'all stay tuned. Much love. Bye.